Good afternoon. It's 41 degrees at 4:05 with NCC News. I'm Ben Miller. In the news this hour, another candidate throws his hat into the ring for the 24th Congressional District seat. Mourners turned out for the funeral of Millie McAuliffe, and the New York Farm Show is in town starting tomorrow. Syracuse lawyer and former Common Councilor Rick Guy is officially running for the GOP nomination for the 24th Congressional District, looking to unseat Democrat Dan Maffei. Compared to the other 8 candidates, Guy, a conservative, says he has the most experience compared to the others.
Winning the city of Syracuse or holding your own in the city of Syracuse as a Republican candidate is critical to winning the 24th New York Congressional District.
The Onondaga County Republicans will host a Meet the Candidate night next week, Thursday at the Palace Theater, where they'll pick their nominee. We say hello to a new candidate and goodbye to a beloved friend as Gabrielle Amato reports on the funeral service for Millie McAuliffe.
The Cathedral of the Immaculate Conception was filled with family members and friends as hundreds gathered this morning to mourn the loss of Millie McAuliffe. Millie was a beloved member of the community, and as told by her nursing home aide, Sheila Harrison, Millie left an impression even in her last few months of life.
Millie had about 10,000 watts of energy for herself, the staff, other residents, family members. She always had kind words to say about everybody.
Millie's selflessness and energy was a theme throughout the service, and laughter filled the cathedral as all 4 of her sons shared memories of their mother. Her son and Governor of Virginia, Terry McAuliffe, says the day was just what Millie would have wanted.
We had our time for mourning. This was a celebration. This is how Millie would have wanted it, to be remembered with great stories, fun, laughter.
Terry says his mother will be missed, but will always be remembered in spirit. Gabrielle Amato, NCC News.
The 29th annual New York Farm Show will be held at the New York State Fairgrounds starting Friday. According to the event's website, there will be more than 400 exhibits this year with many new products. Also featured this year will be seminars on robotic cow milking, how to improve the quality of beef farming, as well as changes in crop insurance affected by the new Farm Bill. The show will run Friday through Sunday, 8:30 to 4 each day. For the first time ever, local clergy will be gathering for a spiritual retreat. Keegan Tatum spoke with Temple Concord's rabbi on how faith leaders are taking another step to come together.
A couple dozen Christians, Jews, Muslims, and Buddhists from the Round Table of Faith Leaders will be holding all sorts of interactions on how their faith guides them. After an initial awkwardness, Rabbi Daniel Fellman hopes that everyone will find some common ground.
It's meant for us to get to know each other and to explore our similarities and our differences together. So the question is, how am I a better Jew by interacting with Muslims or Christians or Hindus or Mormons?
According to Rabbi Fellman, the goal of these interactions is for clergy to get to know each other better so that they can work together to make things better for all. The rabbi believes that if the retreat goes well, it can turn into an annual tradition. Keegan Tatum, NCC News.
Jose Pimentel, who was accused of building homemade bombs, pled guilty to attempted criminal possession of a weapon as a crime of terrorism today. Pimentel converted to Islam around 2004 and built a website praising Muslim extremism and even built pipe bombs in his apartment before being caught by undercover NYPD officers. Police Commissioner Bill Bratton commented on the domestic threat.
This case is the classic case of the importance of having the capabilities to not only focus on the international threat, but the hometown threat, the homegrown threat.
Pimentel will spend the next 16 years in prison. Pope Francis may be setting his sights on reforming the way finances are handled in the Vatican. In his new letter, Pope Francis talked about the injustices of poverty, indicating his interest on creating a finance ministry to better serve the Church. This new development came out of the Pope's 3-day meeting about reform with his Group of 8 Cardinal Cabinet. Coming up after the break, the U.S. considers sanctions against Ukraine. Stay with us. You're listening to NCC News.
The voice of NCC.
Those who harbor terrorists.
It's the voice of experience.
Saddam Hussein is harboring terrorists.
You hear it and you know.
They sound like they really know what they're talking about. I can trust what I'm hearing.
Outstanding and extraordinary job. The voice for breaking news. Where to turn to know what's happening now.
I always hear it on NCC First. If it's an important story, they'll have it, and they'll have it right.
The voice for Central New York. Local and national news, weather and sports. Stories that matter to you.
It's all I listen to. I know when I'm listening to NCC, I'm going to hear what I need to hear.
in the car, at work, 24 hours a day, NCC News is there. NCC News, the voice of your community. Listen and know.
The United States is planning to consult with its European counterparts about what to do about the violence in Ukraine. The White House says it will look into possibly enforcing sanctions on the country after consulting with the European Union. The EU will be meeting Thursday to find out who to hold responsible for the uprisings. And in the weather for this evening, it'll be partly cloudy with a chance of rain and a slight chance of snow showers, lows in the upper 20s. Tomorrow it'll be partly cloudy in the morning and then mostly cloudy with a chance of rain showers and a high in the 40s. Friday will bring more rain and more temperatures in the 40s. Saturday is supposed to be sunny with a high also in the 40s, before cooling off Sunday with snow showers and highs in the 30s. That's the news at this hour. For NCC News, I'm Ben Miller.